So the Milken Institute, we're a nonpartisan, nonprofit think tank, and we really focus on finance, philanthropy, health, and international affairs. What brought me to the Milken Institute really was to get off the ground a new initiative called the Alliance to Improve Dementia Care. We're now up to over 130 members, multi-sector, really focused on really improving that very complex and fragmented dementia care journey, which I experienced myself. Lost my father to Alzheimer's disease about 12 years ago, and I will say it was one of the most harrowing journeys for my entire family. So at the Milken Institute, we launched an initiative called Caregivers in the Workplace. We know that there are more than 53 million caregivers in this country, so 1 in 5 Americans, adults, and of them, over 60% are in a paid job. So it's a big issue. It's growing. It'll continue to grow as we see our aging population. I think by 2030, we'll have 73 million people, 65 and older, and 70% of them will need some type of long-term care at some point in their lives. So we looked at what's happening with employers, those people who are doing a full-time job and oftentimes something described as another very time-consuming, almost feels like another part-time job. And we were thinking, well, this has got to be an interest of employers. And so digging into the research, we see that up to $33 billion is lost for employers because of productivity issues, presenteeism, absenteeism, and employee turnover. Replacing an employee can take, 6 to 9 months of a salary. So it's a big issue. And indeed, when we started digging in, we found that there were some companies really leading on this front, particularly offering specific caregiving benefits. We see some companies offering paid family leave. And it's really important when we did research with caregivers themselves to learn that, it's got to be separate from vacation or personal or sick days. You need those days for your own rest. And so to have some type of paid family leave, which sadly, the US is one of the few industrialized countries in the world that does not have a guaranteed paid leave policy. So we're really looking to states, and we're looking to employers to really lead on this front. We've also learned that just having flexible work arrangements could be incredibly helpful. Also recognizing, though, that not all employees, particularly your frontline workers, have that option to do a hybrid job or a telecommute, but certainly maybe job sharing or compressed work weeks could be part of those flexible work arrangements that would sincerely help family caregivers who are, trying to work as well as care for their loved ones. If you want to learn more, there's a link below to our report, Supporting Family Caregiving, How Employers Can Lead.